Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to Monday Kick in the Pants. Angela Fallon here, also known as Your Lifestyle Leader, bringing you a gentle push each week to help you level up in your life, fill you with a boost of Monday motivation, and hopefully get you some to accelerate your success in 10 minutes or less. So here we are. Welcome back. So, for this episode, I really wanted to share with you all a question I get very regularly is Angela, what's your morning routine look like? I've said for so many years that I am not a morning person. Not a morning person. I'm not a morning person. I'm a night owl. And it's honestly, it's kind of a crutch whenever you say that. I'm just not a morning person. The interesting thing about it is you can become one. I have officially become one. And what's funny is I actually like it. I like being up in the morning and I like having time to myself. And I actually get tired before my husband does now. It used to be the other way around. In fact, I always joke about how we have like role reversal. He was the military guy, got up early, needed to go to bed early. And I'm like, man, that's not my thing. I stay up late and then I get up late because I'm a night owl. Well, things have changed in the last couple of years. I've read lots of books like The 5 a.m. Club, Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, so many others that talk about the same things. And I find as an introvert, that I love the time by myself in the morning. So I get up, everybody else usually. Sometimes my oldest will get up in the morning. And we know how to keep our space in the house, believe it or not. But we found a routine that we all kind of get up whenever it makes sense to get up. So from a morning perspective, I usually set my alarm anytime between say about 5:30 and 5:45, just depending on the day, who has to get dropped off when. There's sometimes we may actually sleep in a little bit because my oldest doesn't have to go to practice for football and now wrestling or track, whichever the season is. And we may sleep in a little bit. So we may sleep till like 5:50 or something instead. So it just depends. But for instance, like this morning, my alarm went off at 5:30, but I was up for a little while before that. I'm kind of stirring a little bit in bed. The dog kind of jumps in bed, rolls around a little bit, wants to get an ear scratch. But 5:30-ish is about the time that I tend to wake up. I immediately let the dogs out. When I let the dogs out, just because we've had this little one for almost 2 years now, and she's a small dog. She's got a small bladder. She needs to go pretty quick. Let them out and then turn the coffee pot on. Literally, this is my routine. I can do it on repeat every day. It's how we roll now. This morning I was a little surprised that my oldest was already up, so the coffee was already done, which is really nice. And I just let the dogs out and then I listen to things that fill me up. Those are the things I do in the morning for me. I made a goal this year that I would read the Bible all the way through. I think I'm on day 311, 312. I'd have to go look. I'm getting really close. I actually started a few days earlier at the end of December just because I wanted to see what the app was like. If you don't use the Holy Bible app and it's something you're interested in, they have tons of plans there. You just pick one. I picked one for the year and I try to listen to it every day. If I miss a day, especially whenever I'm in travel, like I was just in England for the week, there's days where I will miss a day because of travel time, whether I missed a morning because I was sleeping on a plane or got there and it's a different time of day, whatever, I'll catch up because it's only about 10, 12 minutes a day for that. And then I may listen to some sort of like meditation or something inspiring on YouTube. I have lots of channels that I listen to on YouTube. Declutter the Mind is one for meditation that is really just like calming and help you center yourself and chill out. That's one of the most beautiful things that I've learned about becoming a morning person, having time to myself in the morning, is that I'm much more chill throughout the day. I'm not automatically agitated because I was jolted whenever I woke up with my alarm, which I actually like to get up before my alarm. So I like it when my body just naturally wakes up before the alarm. I feel more calm and I can go turn off my alarm before it even goes off. Because when I get woken up by the jolting sound of my alarm, it takes me a few minutes to kind of like become unirritated. You know what I'm saying? The other thing I should probably note pretty quickly is that I get up to my alarm every day. I don't hit snooze. When you hit snooze, it is actually hard for your body believe it or not. You can go look up the research on it. You guys can go take care of that. I'm not going to go into that today. But the one thing about setting my alarm, I set it in the bathroom. So I have to walk out of bed, around the bed, into the bathroom to turn off my alarm. And then once I get up and walk that far, I'm up. I'm up. And it's a surefire way to get up every day. When I sometimes go to bed on the weekend and I set my phone next to my bed on like the nightstand, I may hit snooze. I may just turn it off while I'm sleeping. I'm a really deep sleeper. So it's something that I've learned about myself, that I force myself to put my phone in the bathroom. I do this on travel too. So I will put my phone plugged in the bathroom in my hotel room. So I will get up every time. I used to set 2 or 3 alarms just to make sure I would get up. Because then you have like the nervous sleep of, oh my God, am I going to sleep through my alarm? I don't like the nervous sleep. It just means I sleep real lightly all night and don't get good sleep. So those are some of the things I have in the morning. I do have that time by myself, and then I tend to take my oldest into whatever practice he has going on at the time. Right now it's wrestling, used to be football. In early spring, it will be track, I believe. Yeah, track. If he does track, who knows what we'll do this spring. This kid's all over the place. And then I come back pretty quickly, and if the other 2 aren't up yet, I wake up my other 2 kiddos. My husband wakes up around the same time. He tends to get up about an hour after I do. And then he kind of helps get them ready. And one of us decides who's taking who, because the 2 younger kind of go at similar places at similar times, and then come back and start work or drive into work. Because here lately we go into work 2 to 3 days a week now too. So that tends to be my morning routine. Now, just full disclosure, probably 85 to 90% of the time when I'm on business travel, you all know I travel quite a bit. When I'm on business travel, it's consistently the same. I want to get up with enough time for me every day, whether I am in Texas, New Mexico, Alabama, England, Abu Dhabi, you name it. I try to get up an hour early to have time by myself and time for me to get ready. Maybe an hour and a half early if it means I need that extra 15 minutes just for me. Now, what does that help me do? You've heard the phrase probably, you can't pour out of an empty cup. I fill my cup first by spending time by myself, filling myself with, right now it's, reading the Bible in addition to probably a meditation, or even just listening to something uplifting. I used to read affirmations to myself in the mirror whenever I first started kind of working on me a few years ago. And that's also good things to do in the morning. So your miracle morning can be what you need it to be. You have to think about what those things are. But it's so important to fill you up first, because otherwise you have nothing to pour from. You can't help others if you have nothing to pour from. So think about that. So those of us who have said we are not morning people, you may want to try it for a little while. And you don't even have to try it for like a year. Like I've done this a couple of years now. Try for like 60 days. Go read the 5 a.m. Club or Miracle Morning, any one of those, and just try it for like 60 days and see what you think. Hey, if y'all have any questions about this, let me know. I can share with you some of my challenges. I'm not perfect about it all the time. I actually had an infection right before I left to go to England, and I was taking some really heavy antibiotics, and they were just knocking me out. My body was working on fighting an infection, and I had jet lag. It was a really fast trip. We left on a Tuesday, came back on a Friday. It was a very fast, exhausting trip. On top of that, having some really strong antibiotics, but everything's fine. But I had to sleep a lot more. And over the weekend, I still woke up pretty early, but I was falling asleep on the couch at like 8:30 at night. That's not me at all. I'm still normally up till about 10ish, even whenever I get up kind of early. So I hope this is helpful for you. Maybe it gives you a few ideas on what you could do differently for your miracle morning, or whatever your morning routine, whatever you want to call it. I hope that's helpful for you. I did want to remind you all that we have another challenge coming up tomorrow. I see it more as a holiday challenge. It's called Chill and Make Memories. I love the holidays. I love for them to be chill. In my family, we've really learned how to kind of calm down, not worry about making 80 desserts and 18-course meals, and it's been more chill the last few years. We've really calmed down a lot, really shared the effort across everybody who participates. And I really feel like it's just been enjoyable to spend time with each other. And it's not as stressful as it probably has been, I don't know, 5-10 years ago. The last 3 or 4 years have been really chill. And I normally get stressed about these things, and I really haven't the last 3 or 4 years. And maybe that's partly my own mindset, or it's maybe just the fact that things don't have to be perfect. I've really had to work on letting go of some of that control freak. I tell you guys all the time I'm a recovering control freak. But we've learned ways to get around that. And a lot of it is doing things like delegation, maybe even outsourcing. We're going to talk about all of these things. Think about what your ideal holiday season looks like. And then how do you get there without stressing about it? So those are some of the things we're going to talk about. It's only 3 days. 3 days. This is an Aggie 3 days. 3 days, and we're going to go over lots of great tips for budgeting, meal planning, gift giving, you name it, and then just ways to have a season full of ease. Who doesn't want a season full of ease? You can have a season of abundance and still have a season of ease. I promise. We're going to talk about it for three short sessions. All right. We're kicking that off tomorrow. It is going to be live in our Facebook group called Clarity Mastermind if you're in there. It's also going to be live on LinkedIn and in our YouTube channel here. So wherever you're tuning in, subscribe there. Show up. It's going to be 8 p.m. Central starting tomorrow, and then again Wednesday and Thursday at the same time. Hope you guys love it. There's no registration link for it this time. All you got to do is show up. Okay. I hope you guys are having a great Monday, and I hope you have a great weekend. So get out there and crush your goals.